Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play. Now last time we did some fast forwarding, so I think it's time to slow down and have a good look at the situation in the network. Figure out what's working, figure out what's not working, and see if we can improve things. Now, at the moment, our bank's balance is looking quite nice. That's really good. First thing I'm going to do is check the station list. Here we go, here's the station list. Very important, the station list. You should always check your station list. We're going to order it by total waiting cargo and sort it by that. And let's have a look at the situation here. We've got 32 stations. What's occurring? So the Coal Hub North pickup. Sorry, that's the South pickup. It's got lots of coal at it. So if we've got some spare cash, we should probably add more trains to that network. Same for the North. We know that's the case. I'm not really too worried about that. It's going okay. London North has a lot of passengers and a lot of mail. We've got a lot that wants to go to Peterborough, which is is 2 stops down the line. Here, we've got one that wants to go to Stevenage, which is 1 stop down the line. And some that needs to go to Newark, which is 3 stops down the line. Now, I did say that I was going to extend the main line up to Doncaster and then terminate it at York, because we could go higher from York, but then the cargo distribution would go absolutely nuts. We've got some bus stations in Exeter where the growth is exceptional. And we've got loads of livestock hanging around at this farm. I'm not worried about this farm right now. This farm is just purely to keep things going here in between deliveries of steel. So if we're going to have a look at this, let's look at everything except passengers and mail. Let's turn passengers and mail off. In fact, let's turn livestock off and grain off as well. So the next one is the drop off for the coal, which last episode, was it last episode or one before, I put in a transfer to sort out the problem with the power station disappearing. And one of the next things on the list is this 11 tons of iron ore waiting here, and we've got some trains in the station. So check number 1, our stations are doing okay in terms of waiting cargo. Check number 2. How are our ratings getting along? Well, we've got a good 57% over here, and not least south, that's got a good 52%. I love this new coverage option in the recent versions of OpenTTD. That's fantastic. I've got some coal mines labelled around here for potential further expansion. One's disappeared from there. Let's have a look at Gainsborough Mines. You can now see the coverage on that. You can see how these road bits are actually extending the station out across all 4 of these. Some people consider that cheating. I consider it cheating sometimes, but when they're all that close together, it just saves on a bit of track. It just makes the difference between having one big station and a few smaller stations. It's not like you're trying to cover more of a city. Anyway, that's all okay. Now the things that I'm worried about are the trains. Okay. So if we have a look here, we've got a load of trains, and if we go profit last year, sort by, you can see that this train here is minus 20 grand. But it's one of the long coal trains, and sometimes it takes more than a year for it to complete a journey. Same here with this one. It's 20 grand in the negative. But I would expect that once it's paid off, it will be highly in the positives. Now we've got a couple of steel trains here that were in the negatives, but I believe they're new. Let's have a look. No, they're not new. Look, age 13 years out of 20. So I wonder why. Maybe it's just we've caught it in a bad part of its loop. I mean, if we just bring that down to the bottom of the screen for a moment. Where is our farm? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, so if we have a look at a train that's just left. Here we are. Here's a steel train that's just left. You see, look, it's got a profit of 93,000. So that's balancing it out okay. I'm not worried about the profits on the steel trains. What's next on the list? Some of the long coal ones. Oh, one of the goods trains is actually not doing very good. And it looks like that might just be because it's about to pay off. Yeah, there you are. Look, it's pulling in to London North as we speak. It's full of goods. It's not made any money, probably because just before the beginning of last year, it was leaving London. It had to travel all the way up here, and it had to wait to load and then had to travel all the way back again. So let's have a look at one of the goods trains that's just left London. Yeah, positive 63,000. So I'm happy that that's going to balance out as well. Few coal trains down here, breaking even-ish, but then that's around Hemsworth Mines. Couple of iron ore trains. That train 78. That's that weird one at the. Where are we? It's just north of Wales, isn't it? There's Wales. It's this kind of area around here. I don't think the trains on this line are making as much money at all. Mostly in the positives though, so that's okay. So the trains are making money. The station ratings could be better. I feel like we need to have a look at replacing vehicles. We've been putting it off for a while now. Normally in the game settings, if you do repl for replace, auto renew vehicles when it gets old. The default is for it to be off, but I nearly always turn it on. And we've had it off for a little while, and that's because we don't want a vehicle to get replaced by its like a replacement of the same kind. I've been holding off so we can upgrade. Now, speaking of upgrading, let's have a look. If we sort these trains by reliability and have a look at the most reliable train, it's currently the Kirkby Paul. So it's actually this little tiny steam engine. But its top speed is terrible. So when I often say sort your vehicles by reliability, that's just to get rid of the rubbish ones at the bottom. Doesn't mean it's the most important trait. Okay, so then if we look down next in the list, 128 kilometers an hour and 80% reliability, that's really good for the A4. I think it might be worth upgrading what we got there. They're the Jubilees, which I don't. Let's see, where's the Jubilee? So the Jubilee has a relatively good maximum reliability of 79%, and the top speed is all right. Running costs are slightly cheaper. So to me, the A4 isn't that much of an increase in terms of how good it is. Is it worth upgrading those Jubilees right now? I think not. Looking at the statistics, the A4 is 1% more reliable, and the speed is just a little bit better. I mean, it's tempting, but with the money that we've got and the way that we're running things, we're going to leave it just for now. Right then, so if we haven't got things backing up except at London North, how are things looking at Stevenage? We've got a few passengers there. Peterborough, quite a few passengers at Peterborough. And Newark, yeah, there's quite a few there as well. So that tells me that we probably want more trains on this main line. Now we haven't got any depots at the station, but we have got depots along the line, so that's okay. So what we'll do is down at London, we'll buy a couple of new trains. Oh, wrong one. Gonna make sure. Oh, we've got a depot at London North. Oh, we haven't done this junction yet. That's fine. We'll clone that train over there. I held control while I did it. And you know what? Seeing as it's a new train, we will get the better engine. Or is it just worth replacing all the ones on this main line? I think it might be worth it, you know. Because the main line is a long line, and if you've got a fast train on a long line and you've got slow trains on that line, see, you do one of two things. You either don't upgrade your trains, you upgrade all of your trains, or you upgrade some. But when you upgrade some. You only want to concentrate on a particular part of the network, because if you just upgrade 1 or 2 here or there, the slower trains are just going to keep everything slowed down. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll have a look at, these are all the trains that go to Stevenage. You can see actually some of them are getting old. So actually manage list, send to depot. Okay, we're going to send all those trains to depot. We've got just going to check the orders here. Yep, that's okay. So I'm going to clone that. I didn't press control. Doesn't matter. I can click end of orders and just control click on the other train. Now it's shared orders. Right, well, we'll make those 2 trains go. I'm going to just leave a short gap between the first and second train. And while we're here, we've got a little bit of money. Let's fix this up and downy bumpiness, because this has the potential to slow our trains down. It's not going to cost us a ridiculous amount of money. And there we go. Right, so that's 1 train out, loading and out. Then I'll let the next train go. I mean, really, with the amount of passengers waiting there, it didn't matter anyway. Okay, so now I've got to keep an eye on this list of trains. Yeah, look, we've got messages waiting in the depot. So we'll go like that. We'll get rid of the engine, buy the new vehicle, and you should find, if you do it quick enough, it's got the same orders and it's in the same position of the orders. So it should be able to carry on its journey. I'm just going to use the train list from Stevenage to keep an eye out for any more trains that have stopped that I don't notice. So we've got train 6 waiting in the depot. We'll get rid of the engine and buy the A4. There we go. Keeping things moving and rolling. Train 4's waiting in the depot. So yeah, so a lot of these trains were starting to get old. So it's a good job we're replacing these. So off we go with the new train 4, and train 10's come in to be replaced as well. Let's just check the orders on train 10. Yep, you're all good as well. Okay, let's just clear the screen. We've got a lot of these trains in the depot there. Train 25 is lost for some reason. I have no idea. It's probably looking for a depot it can't get to, so we'll cancel the order and do a new one. Train 4 is lost. That's one of the new ones, isn't it? Probably. Okay, we've got too many notifications. I'm losing it now. So let's just sort out train 5. Go away, train 5. Buy the A4. Send you on your way. Train 24, same thing. Just getting rid of the engine. It's almost like the carriages remember what they were doing. Train 25 stopped as well. So it won't take long, as you can see, just to go through and sort all these trains out. Rather than using the replace tool that does all the trains. Now, can you replace by group? Let's have a look. Create group, all trains. Manage list. Yeah, I think you can. So if I'd have created a group, I could probably do a replacement. You know what? We'll try that for the next lot. So we've got 3 trains here. You can see that need to go into a depot, but have not yet done so yet. We're getting the trains telling us they're lost, probably because they went the wrong way, or they skipped a station to get to a depot, and then they go from that depot and they're like, well, hang on a minute, where's that station gone? And it's actually behind them. So we've got those 3 going there now. I've just manually sorted them out. I think we should see a good increase on the profit with the trains on the main line. You can see it's actually reset the profit because we've changed the engines. But I think, you know, if we look at things like the station ratings, they're currently all very poor. Very poor indeed. Although the local authority think we're outstanding. We can build a statue of the company owner, but at the moment it costs an absolute fortune. Right. Last couple of trains are now waiting. So we'll sort that out. Off you go, on your way. Get rid of the engine. Put an... Oh, misclicked. Get a new vehicle. Ah, wrong train. There we go. Check the orders on that one because we messed around a little bit. Look, we've got implicit orders now because of the messing around with trains driving through stations to get to the depot on the other side. This is why you should always have depots before your stations and before your junctions. It stops this sort of problem. Right, train 39 is on a law of itself. Oh, it's just trying to get to a depot. It's not got too far to go. Did it just? What's its reliability? Breakdown. 4 breakdowns since the last service. Oh, there's a new oh, it's a diesel locomotives available. Okay, hang on a minute. I've just replaced all my trains on the main line, and now you're telling me there's a diesel locomotive. Let's have a look. Right, where's this diesel? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's terrible. That's fine. I'm okay. I would have been really annoyed if we'd have gone into this and it's like, you got a brand new, you've replaced all your trains, congratulations. It's now pointless because you've got a fantastic new diesel out. Okay. Road vehicles are starting to get old, but I don't care about the road vehicles. You can see, look, that new fast train coming up behind this slow one. There we go. So now we can just get this last train changed out. And then we haven't got any old trains on the main line. We've just got brand new spanking fast trains. All 12 of them. And you know what? Things are going good for the main line, so let's expand it. I've been saying for a few episodes now we're going to do it soon. Let's get it done. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is remove this little tile here. That was just stopping us from the town from growing in that direction. We can put the station in. We've reserved the track for it. And I think if just double check how I'm doing these. So when a train comes in, it can go in either of those 2 platforms, and then it can come back out. Oh, hang on a minute. Am I missing signals at Newark? I am missing signals at Newark. Okay, cool. Bit of a transfer going on there. I wonder why there's transfers going on. I wouldn't expect that to happen. Okay, well, let's come out of Newark. It's nice to be constructing again. There we go. Oh, hang on. We need a bit of platform on the back. Not platform, bit of track on the back. So then that's the cross out for reversing, which we're not using at the moment. Then we can get our signals in like this. And then put our signals. They're not one-way signals. They're the standard path signals. So that's where our track's coming from. And it's got to get over here to Doncaster. And I've just realised that I've done this. Now, I've been to Doncaster a few times. I actually like going to Doncaster, but I haven't been... let's just double check this. Sorry, I need to think. There we go. I haven't been recently, obviously pandemic and stuff, but there's a... On our side of Doncaster, from the Lincoln area in the UK, there's a really cool kind of... entertainment complex. There's ice skating, swimming, there's a bowling alley, there's a cinema, I think, and a few food places. Now, I've been in my youth. Oh, I sound so old when I say it like that. I've been in my youth. Why are these trees not transparent? Thank you. And I've enjoyed many a trips there. But we took my daughter there probably a couple of months before the pandemic, and they've got some really nice kind of play pools there for young children. Oh, I crashed into a forest. Let's get rid of that. And she loved it. She loved it. And that's, I think that's the first time she was doing treading of water in a pool which was so deep that she couldn't touch the floor without water wings, without inflatable armbands. And she loves swimming, but since the pandemic started, we haven't been swimming because we haven't been able to go. Right then, now I'm thinking this is the main line, so I think we're going to need a kink here-ish. I was going to say it's the main line, so we want it to have plenty of space. So if at a later date it needs upgrading, we've got the room to do it. Let's bring it down to about there. Do I have any particular rule of thumb for deciding where the lines go? No. No, I don't. You just play OpenTTD till the point where you get a good idea of what you think might be a good idea, and then sometimes it's a good idea and sometimes it's not a good idea. But there we go. Right, so now the trains should be... Well, there's no trains at Newark, but when trains do come into Newark, they should be able to reverse out of there, okay, because I've got the reversing lines in. Same at Doncaster, and we're going to go for it full-blown throttle and put in York as well. Now, I'm going to do York as a terminus. York is going to be the end of the line. It's not actually the end of the line. I need to remove this, but let's just make everything transparent for a second so I can see what I'm doing. And we need to lock the transparency of the trees because it annoys me. Why are the wrong things locked? You hold control to lock things, so you make it transparent. And when you toggle X, the ones that you have locked don't toggle. All the rest toggle. That's what the locking does. Learn how to lock your transparency. It will help you. So we're going to do a slightly different junction here. We're going to do the one that we're going to be having at London. So this is the easiest, most efficient 4-track one that I think you can do. And what it does, you divide your 4-track station, 4-platform station, into pairs like this. And then you have one coming in, and then you do another line coming in, splitting off there. And where it splits off, that's where your entry signal goes. And that way, from this signal, the train can see which of the 4 platforms are available. If you put more signals here or anything like that, your train doesn't have visibility on what's available and doesn't make the best decisions. That's for going in. Now we want to be able to get out. So, I've just realised I've actually done that one along. There we go. Right. Now to go out, we could put a bridge in here, but wherever possible, you want to use tunnels, not bridges. Why is that? Well, tunnels are better. Oh, right. So if we use a tunnel, we have to move it along. That's probably what my subconscious was doing when I wasn't thinking what I was doing. Also, learning these shortcut keys, big help. Okay, there we go. Right. So Q for land down, T for tunnel, and then we can just connect up that bit of track. And then this line here can just come in and join up there. Now the exits, you want your signals just before they merge, like this. Now it depends on the length of your trains. You might want to make this slightly longer, so if a train is waiting like here, then it's not blocking this junction, which is a really good idea. So how long are our trains? Where are they? Where are my trains? Where are our standard trains? Here we go, at the Newark end. There's one. Okay, so this train just broke down. 2, 3, 4, 5. They look like they're 6 long, which makes sense because the stations are 6 long. So I don't know why I didn't figure that out. So we want room for a 6-length train here. That's only 5, but then we've got this little bit of room here. You know what? Just to make sure we've got enough space, I'm going to put an extra one in there. And we need enough room here, so 6 length. So that signal wants to go there on the 7th plate. So that's actually the S. That's right. There we go. Much better. Perfect. So that is one of the most simplest stations you can do, which is quite efficient. Now we need to get this station hooked up to the rest of the network, which is going to be the difficult one because Doncaster is on the other side of this coal hub. But I'm thinking we can go right past this town here. And we'll do a little kink in the railway. Now remember, as long as your kinks aren't too close together, kinks won't slow trains down. If a train does 2 turns in the same direction within its train length, then it may slow down. So there's that kink. Now we've somehow got to get across here, but to be honest, this is the main line. We don't want our main line to have to slow down. So we're going to do this and just delete all that, and we'll put the tunnels in. Ooh. Oh, we're going to struggle to get tunnels in place. Hang on a second. Get that train. Yeah. Oh, we need to think about this. Pause the game. Actually, we don't. The game's. I've been fast forwarding by accident. Never mind. It's okay. It's never mind. We've got 3 million in the bank. Where did that come from? I bet the main line's just been throwing money at us now. Right. Newark. Let's have a look at these trains. Oh yeah, look at the money coming in off these trains. 36,000, 40,000, 59, 64,000, 80, 90,000 last year off these trains. Yeah, these mainline trains are doing well. Now, doing what I'm doing is probably going to make things a little bit worse because we're extending a line that's got cargo distribution on it. But yeah, we're all right. So yeah, I wanted to go through here. You know what? We can do this. We will just change the way that this other line works. So let's just unpause the game for a second and allow this train to get out of the way. There we go. Right. A for auto tool. Pop that in there. Then we're going to press Q for going down. Just need to do one on the other side. Press T for the tunnels. The tunnels automatically do the land on that side. A for the auto tool. And then we'll come out here, come across and just fix it up like that. There we go. No problem. All done. And just drag some extra signals in. Perfect. Right. So that's that fixed. Now we've got to get these lines lined up. Oh, hang on a minute. We're going to crash into this power station. We are. We could do it. We could do a wiggle through there. Oh, York's here. Okay, York's not over here. I thought it was near where Weatherby was. It's not. It's there. What's that? Is that a power station that's gone? Why are the power stations disappearing? I think we might actually be all right. Yeah, we're going to go straight past the power station. Straight up to here. Look at that. That's a lovely line from Doncaster to York. There we go. So there we go. I've been talking about it for a few episodes now. Extending an East Coast main line up to York, and we've done it. The track is all in. Let's just check the signals and junctions around here. We've got a couple of double signals. We can remove a couple of unnecessary signals. That was the wrong place. I meant to remove that signal. It doesn't matter so much on that particular type of junction. Signals from Doncaster, that would be a good idea, to Newark, brilliant. And now we need to do the orders. So this train that's just about coming into Newark, let's get rid of that implicit order. After Newark, before Peterborough, so I've got Newark highlighted, we want to go Doncaster. And then after Doncaster, we want to go to York. And then after York, we want to go back to Doncaster, wherever it's gone. There it is. And then before we go to Peterborough, we'll go back to Newark again. Doncaster, Newark. And then Peterborough, then Stevenage, then back to London. Full load at London. Brilliant. Okay, so we've done the orders, we've done the track. What else is left to do? I don't know on that point, actually. I think that is that East Coast main line done. Do need to sort out the junction in London. London North, and there's no trains around here at the moment, so let's sort that out. So we're going to do the same sort of station. There we go. Just put a crossover here and a crossover there, and then when we come out, we're going to come out by no, that's the wrong one. I'm going to put the downwards bit in first. And the tunnel. I should be able to just put the track. There we go. So I'm doing exactly the same as what I did last time, except I'm just doing it facing the other direction. That's going to be 6 long. Put that there. Signal on the exits. And then signal on the entrance. Now we're going to have a wiggle here. Have we got a wiggle nearby? We've got a wiggle up here, so let's join our wiggles. May as well. There's no trains in the way, and also we've got a little bit of land that we can afford to flatten out. There is our brand new approach into London. And we can just hold control and drag along the railway line there. That signal's in the wrong place. There we go. Brilliant. Now, the other thing I want to do is make sure we've got some depots in. Now, I'm going to do a double depot coming into London. So what we'll do, every now and then, we're going to start doing better depots. So for better depots, we need... Oh my goodness, this episode's been half an hour. Well, this is going to have to be the last thing we do for now. So we need room for a train to get off the main line and then back... Oh, no, we're not... Are we going to do slip roads? Okay, we're not going to do slip ramps. So in between those two signals, I'm going to take the track out. Just going to get rid of that little tiny bit of hillside, and we're going to bend the track out for a wiggle, and then it'll bend it back in again. Now, because... Come on. Now, because that's a wiggle, really, this needs to be 6 long, so let's take just a little bit more out. So this needs to be 6 long, just in case, minimum, just in case we have a train that doesn't go into a depot and we want it to keep its speed. Right, and then we're just going to do a standard double depot. Now, I'm not doing like a line that comes off. I don't know if I need a signal here and here, but I'm going to put one at both places anyway. Now, if you don't know why double depots are so good, trains slow down when going in and out of depots. Terribly, really slow. Let's see if there's an example on the main line. Is there a train using a depot? The chances are probably quite low. Okay, yeah, no trains using depots. But if a train does go into a depot, it slows right down. And if a train's coming up behind it, it's going to get in its way. Now, if you have a double depot, and you've got a train coming out of the depot, and the train approaching that depot wants to go in it, it can go in the opposite one. So you double your depot in speed, but it only works if both trains want to use the depot. So it doesn't work in every scenario, but it doesn't cost much. It's nice and easy to do, and it's a good small improvement. Right, let's unpause the game for the last minute or so of this episode. So one of the things that I get quite a lot from people is that breakdowns in OpenTTD make the game unplayable or too hard or is too annoying. And usually my answer is that what do you do to manage your breakdowns? Now, they're playing as if breakdowns don't matter, and then when breakdowns happen, it's like, ah! So you need to do stuff. So if you make sure that you've got plenty of depots in the right places, you make sure that you've got your service intervals set, all these things help your rail network run smoothly and efficiently without too many breakdowns and problems. But there we go, both London North stations are, actually it's one station, but platforms, both London North platforms are all merged in together okay. You can see here actually I got a different solution. I did the exit slightly differently and left room for a double depot. I kind of like what I did there. I don't normally do this. I obviously was experimenting. So there we go. That's it. The main line has been extended into its entirety. The next time we do more passengers in this series, it will be starting a brand new main line. And I've got 2 more lines in mind already for this, but I'm loving the way these trains are hurtling down the track, I was just about to say, as that one's broken down. Here we go. There's one. There's one hurtling down the... Okay, it's a perfect example about a train slowing down going into a depot. But let's have a look. How's Newark doing? Newark is quiet. The main line is quiet, but the money's coming in quite nicely. So we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching. Keep all your thoughts, ideas and questions all coming in as always, and I will see you sometime soon. But for now, goodbye.